Good morning, friends. It is a great day to go on a road trip. First things first, gotta get a little bit of oil and things for the Honda. We go about 1,500 miles on this trip, so I want to take care of the car. Got some oil and some new windshield wipers. These are expensive these days, but they're silicone, they're supposed to be better. Why not? It is muy importante to take care of your vehicle, friends. Check your oil often, check your brakes, check all the fluids, make sure you have good blinker fluid. Don't get the cheap stuff. And then just take care of your car in general, and it will take care of you. I've taken this car all over the place because the Vantasy is very expensive to drive. I can hit a lot more places in the Honda, and it's really not that bad to sleep in. So, you know, and it's very covert. You can park just about anywhere in this thing and just post up. The windows are tinted, very dark. So at nighttime, you can't even see in here. It's pretty nice. You know, I don't have it set up like I could. You know, I could take the back seats out and actually make a bed, which I have considered and probably will do in the future. But that's not today. And that's okay. I just passed a Fazoli's. I can't even believe it. I loved that place when I was well, not so much a kid, I guess a teenager. I thought they all closed down, but there's a brand new one here in Claremont. I'd show it to you, but I already passed it.
5 minutes to
it's gonna be a nice drive.
US 129 south, then turn left.
Well, I've made it to the exit off of I-10. It is the freeway that goes across the top of the state of Florida, connects Tallahassee to Jacksonville. I've taken the Florida Turnpike north from Orlando up to Route 10, and in a part of Florida I've never been, which is eastbound of the Turnpike, the Tallahassee area. I've never explored this part of the world before. And I found out about this abandoned town called Ellaville. It's very small. It's in the Suwannee River State Park, and it looks pretty cool. So I'm excited about this. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Before I make it all the way to Ellaville, or what's left of it, I stopped in the nearest town called Live Oak. I'm gonna get some lunch here. This place called the Brown Lantern. Food and drink, it says. Looks right. How? I finally made it to Ellaville. It's raining really hard right now. There's some lightning. I've got my rain gear with me. I'm going to put it on, but only after I finish my cheesecake that I got at the Brown Lantern. I think that was the name. Very cool people in there, gave me some insight on this area, some little pointers of where to park and stuff like that when I come out here. I love going to the local places and finding out the best information from the locals. You know, Atlas Obscura is cool, Google's cool, but you can't get any better information than locals, usually at a bar or something like that. They got the best stories about these local places anyway. So we're gonna go explore. As soon as this rain cuts out just a little bit, the radar looks like it'll cut out pretty soon. This key lime pie is a slam. It's homemade, it's really good. We finally made it to the town. Well, at least the bridge that leads into the town, the Hillman Bridge. It's been abandoned for a long time. Right across the way here, you'll see, you'll be able to hear the cars on Route 90. But before Route 90 existed, The Hillman Bridge is what connected the rest of the world to Ellaville. It's way down there. It's become a popular site for graffiti artists in recent years. Too bad I don't have a Sharpie with me. You do get taxed. I don't understand that one. What a cool find in the northern part of Florida. I've just never explored this part of Florida before. There's some neat stuff up here from what I see online. This is really nice. Suwannee River. All sorts of messages written on this bridge. Off to the side of the bridge, it looks like there's some picnic areas that have been mapped out here. As I've been walking across the bridge, I noticed some cars gathering up behind me here. This picnic area. So I assume that there's a parking area or something back here, maybe a park. I know we're part of the Suwannee State Park where I'm standing, but it doesn't look like this is really public access. So I'm gonna drive over there to where they are via Google Maps and see what's shaking. No, thank you. Here's a pro tip from a Floridian. Don't mess with the Spanish moss. You know, the stuff that hangs down off of the trees looks really nice. Just don't touch it. It's full of bugs. You don't want to mess with that stuff. It looks nice from a distance. There's no descript markers of where any of the buildings were or where the mansion is. The sign said that the mansion was half a mile northwest of here, but apparently this was the town of Ellaville. Somewhere in this vicinity there were some things. I'm trying to find it now. I found this trail that goes back to the river, apparently the sawmill that really made the town flourish in its heyday, somewhere where the Chattahoochee and the Suwannee River meet. And Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we're gonna find it. The forest is so thick out here that I'm not getting wet. I can hear the rain hitting all the leaves and occasionally feel a little drip drop, but this is really cool. It's like I'm in this canopy of very thick Florida wilderness. Love this. I have no reception out here to look anything up on Google, but luckily, here in the middle of the woods is this information board. George Franklin Drew, his mansion. I've noticed some spray paint on the trees and I wondered what it was, and I saw this sign with spray paint on it. I thought somebody's a vandal around here, but no, it's actually the marker for the trail. So you see the colors on the trees, you know you're going the right way. It's raining pretty good. Feels really nice out. I'm going to retreat to the car and try to find this place. I'm trying to find the Drew Mansion, which was the first building built here in, I think it was 1868, when the governor of Florida, before he became a governor, came to this area, built a home right on the river here, the Suwannee River, and eventually became one of the first tourist attractions in Florida. All that's left now after a fire is a foundation where it stood, and I gotta find it. I've been walking around for about an hour, having a little trouble. I also want to find the sawmill. Can't find that one either. Heard that. Friends, I was gonna do this shot where I, just a little cinematic shot for the video, and as soon as I got out of the car, I'm sure you heard it, a gigantic tree, I watched it, it just fell right over. It was huge. Wow. It's never happened to me. I finally found the location of the Drew Mansion. Something big over there. Oh, what is that? There's a critter. This big opening in the trees, you can see from the road, is certainly the site of the mansion. Apparently there are some visible ruins of the house. Right about here is where I got snarled at by a creature of the forest, and I'm not really interested in walking through too much of this, but I don't see any other way around this. I think I gotta walk through it. Well, friends, I've been unsuccessful in finding these ruins on the trail. I went to where Google said, but without really good reception, I can't look up a pinpoint location. So I'm still looking around for a little while, but I've got to make my way on up into Georgia tonight just to stay on a timeline. So I may have to come back on this one. Buckys! Here we go. Making a stop at Buckys, of course. Like a beacon to the weary traveler. The beaver saying hello to all the travelers. Come on in, get some Bucky bites. That's what he's saying. Don't mind if I do. But made it in the Buckys. It is amazing as usual. There they are. Found them. I need a card. Bucky's is awesome. I got way too many cookies, but there's like kids involved with this family vacation, so it'll be fine. They'll all get eaten, I'm sure. Now it's time to hit the road.
Turn right, then turn left.
Unfortunately, friends, I've been unsuccessful in my attempt to find the Drew Mansion, the sawmill, and the local cemetery. We'll make our way back into Ellaville very soon and find all of these things. Learn a little bit more about Governor Drew and his wife Amelia. Thanks for watching today, friends. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.